Good morning, girls. So today is officially the first day back to school, and I've just gotten the kids off to school. We actually missed the bus this morning, which is something that never happens, but last night was like a really big football game for Ronan. It was the Lions game, and because today was the first day back to school, unfortunately for him, we made him go to bed and not stay up and watch the Lions game last night. So this morning when he woke up, I told him that he could watch all of the Sports Center highlights because he was so sweet about not staying up until 8:30 last night to watch the game. Well, unfortunately, that did leave us missing the bus. So I've just dropped them off at school and now I need to get dressed. I dressed myself cozy because it's like 18 degrees outside. I threw on like a random sweatshirt and sweatpants, but now I need to get dressed for the day. And it is officially my first day back in the office in 3 weeks. And it is a busy one because concierge care kicks off today. And concierge care, if you're unfamiliar, I used to have a program called Moms Need to Be Healthy Too, which was one of my absolute favorite group programs that I ran for almost 4 years. But we have now rolled Moms Need to Be Healthy Too into Living Well, and we have just made it an additional tier inside Living Well, known as concierge care. Well, it kicks off today. So here in about an hour and a half, I have our kickoff call with all of the girls. I'm honestly so excited because it's January and everybody is feeling those new year, new me, ready to go, ready to reset vibes. And I'm most definitely feeling them too. I don't think that January needs to be a complete overhaul of your life, but I do think it's a really good time to be reflective on what worked last year, what you want to bring into this year. I did just post a video last week all about my healthy reset and what I'm bringing into 2025, what worked in 2024, and what I'm going to be bringing into 2025 to help me get back to basics. And from there, just peppering in and layering in a few different tools and tactics to help me feel my best for this year. So I'm excited to bring all of that to you girls here on YouTube over the next year, also inside the Living Well community. I'm just feeling really good and settled. Like that's the way I feel my energy is. Like I'm at peace, I feel confident. I think, you know, being a 40-year-old woman who's been putting out content for nearly 6 years, like I just feel comfortable and confident. My practice is in a position that I could have never dreamt of. My nutrition practice is honestly booming and I'm so grateful for that. And so that allows me and affords me to just show up as myself, quite honestly. Like I don't need to do things, I don't need to participate in certain trends just because I have my nutrition practice, I have my membership site. So I'm able to create the content that I think would be the most helpful content for the community that's here. And I'm so grateful for that. And as I was thinking about 2025 and the type of content I want to continue to put out, it's obviously super hyper nutrition and hormone focused as always, but this year even more so with really fun strategic twist and ways that I know are going to bring actionable and practical tips to each and every one of you, because if you are affording me your time, your most valuable resource, I want to be sure that my videos are worthwhile. So today is a reset day. I'm definitely going to be easing myself back into my first day in the office in 3 weeks. Thankfully, you know, as I mentioned, I was checking in on my emails. I was obviously responsive to clients, to the girls in the membership, to my YouTube comments, but I wasn't in back-to-back meetings. And I honestly feel so refreshed by that. So I'm excited to spend the day with you girls. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so grateful that we get to spend another year together, and here's to having an amazing first day, first week back. Whenever you're watching this video, I hope that you find it motivating to slowly ease yourself back into your routine, and hopefully maybe even a new elevated routine that makes you feel really settled and at peace and motivated for the year ahead. Merit blush is definitely blushing. I think I needed to do a little bit of a better job blending it in. I just got off our kickoff call for concierge care, which went amazing. And there's a new tea. Let me go grab it. Traditional Medicinals has a bunch of new teas. The girls inside Living Well told me about this. And then one of my best girlfriends texted it. And I was like, that's a sign. I have to go get it. And it screams my name because there's lemon balm in it. It is peppermint, spearmint, and lemon balm in this one. And I have it with a throat coat tea because today was a busy one. It's my first day back in the office on all of these calls. And when I'm talking for an extended period of time, it can definitely be hard for me to keep my voice. So when I'm leading long calls like that, I always love to have the throat coat tea just to help. So I did the throat coat tea, eucalyptus, mixed with this one in here, YUM. So I knew today was going to be a busy day being back in the office. So I pulled out from our beloved soup cubes, the LEMONY chicken soup from Living Well. I will have that for you here on the screen. I will also have that recipe for you in the description box down below, but I set myself up for success realizing that I would not have a whole lot of extra time today. Feels like there's no extra time ever, but especially being the first day back in the office, the first day of kids at school. Honestly, I was unsure if I was going to even get a call from the school at some point today with my little one feeling mom sick, not even sick, but just mom sick. So I was prepared for all scenarios. So I'm going to have a little bit of a bowl of that. To be honest with you, I'm not feeling 100%. I think it was just like the last month has caught up to me. So I'm feeling like something could be coming on. So I've proactively taken all of my immune boosting supplements already this morning, and I can already tell that's helping. And I know that if I put myself to bed extra early tonight after a cozy shower, that I will wake up tomorrow feeling 100%. But I just want to take extra care of myself today. So we're having some soup. I'm sipping on my tea. I'm just also finishing up a greens, which all of these things help regardless if you're feeling good or a little bit run down. I'm not feeling quite run down. I can just tell that if I don't take extra good care of myself, it will catch up to me. I could feel that. So we're being proactive. We're going to enjoy our soup. Then I did run to Whole Foods and I got some fresh flowers. So I want to chop those, get some water, get those set up here because there's nothing like starting off the new year, a new month, a new week with fresh flowers. And when I say flowers, I just mean greens. I'm somebody who just loves having greenery around the house. So I love getting eucalyptus. This is the bigger eucalyptus that I got. So we're gonna prep that and put that in a vase after lunch. This is the Parmesan from Costco. And the reason, well, one, I love Parmesan cheese, who doesn't? But also the reason I'm adding it to the top of my soup is because Parmesan is actually a really rich source of protein. So just putting a little bit extra on top of here with the chicken in here is always like a go-to of mine. It bulks up the flavor, of course, but then it adds in a couple of extra grams of protein. You could also do this with a little slice of sourdough, which would be extra delicious, but I'm just going to be having the soup. The look of eucalyptus, especially in the winter months, because it's like the bold green, and we do have a more neutral house, but I feel like it stands out. I love how this one's like a little bit wild. I could have bought more, but I wanted it to kind of look organic and wild. And the beautiful thing about greenery is that I don't have to worry about it too much, and it will last for weeks. And eucalyptus, I can always dry it out and keep it forever. I know that in these winter months, especially as we're getting back into a routine, it can be hard to dig deep and find our motivation. Sometimes we start off really strong and we're ready for the new year. We have our whole list of goals of everything we want to accomplish, the type of person that we want to show up as. And then I know sometimes as we start to implement these goals, it can feel really tough to get the motivation to get started or to know which steps to take to get started. And I always say that simplicity is the easiest way to go. So for me, an always on goal is to get deep, restful sleep so that I can accomplish my number one goal, and that is to wake up before my children. Because when I can wake up in the morning before my children, I started this now going on 10 years. My son is about to be 10 years old. When he was born, I realized that if I wanted any control of how my day was going to go, I needed to wake up before him. So I would wake up before him and I would have my lemon ginger tonic. And that habit has stuck with me nearly a decade later. I always say this, I am not innately a morning person. I'm somebody who naturally could sleep a little bit later. Like my body doesn't intuitively want to jump up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But over the last decade, I have essentially forced this to be a habit and a standard practice in my daily routine. So I like to wake up in the morning, have my quiet time. Now, as my children have gotten older, it's definitely a little bit easier. Like I don't have to wake up hours and hours before them because they're becoming pretty darn independent, but I still do this. I absolutely wake up before them. I have my lemon ginger tonic, and while I do that, I do my gratitude journaling. I also practice like a little bit of meditation or EFT tapping, a little bit of silence, just to gather my thoughts. Then I make my protein coffee and I do a little bit of work. I try my best to do creative work at this time because I feel sharpest first thing in the morning when I haven't been bogged down by the day. And so in order to reach that goal, that number one goal of mine, I have to get the most incredible, deep, restful sleep. Now, I'm not sure about you, but over the last couple weeks, I have been staying up later than I normally do and later than I have ever stayed up before. It's been the holidays. We were at my parents' house with my brother and my sister-in-law and their family. We were with my parents and we were living life. We were enjoying our time together as a family. We were away for nearly a week. Then we got home. It was New Year's. Then it was Kaya's birthday. So we have been living the life over the holiday break, but now we are back in the routine. It's the kids' first day of school currently when I'm filming this video, and we're back in routine. And I have, over the last 4 days, started to really focus again on getting back on my sleeping schedule, because regardless of what time I go to bed, I know nobody likes to hear this, but I always still wake up early. Even if we go out or we're with friends, we have dinner, I always still wake up early. It's just who I am now. But in order to support that goal and to feel my best, I have to get to bed early. So I've been doing my beautiful, relaxing routine, my dry brushing, my shower, my red light therapy. I've been doing my skin smoothing DIY oil on my body when I get out of the shower. I will have that video linked for you in the description box down below. That DIY oil is one of my favorite things in the entire world. And so I put that on my body. I get into some clean jammies. I wrap up in a cashmere robe. I come down here and I make a lemon balm tea. Typically at this time, I've already cleaned the kitchen, so we'll sit with the kids, we'll watch an evening show to kind of unwind before reading books and heading up to bed. And at that time, I also take 2 of my magnesium breakthroughs from Bioptimizers. And I have been working with Bioptimizers for over 3 years now, which is unbelievable and incredible. And this is a product that I have taken every single day for the last 3.5 years. I like to take this product at 3 different touch points of my day. So I like to take 1 in the morning with my vitamin D to help synthesize that vitamin D, because magnesium is actually necessary to effectively and efficiently metabolize your vitamin D. And vitamin D is a vitamin, but it is also a hormone precursor. And so in these cold, dark winter months, it's getting darker and darker by the minute right now. It is so important to be conscientious and aware of your vitamin D levels. And because the Bioptimizer's magnesium has all 7 elemental forms of magnesium in one convenient capsule, it's not going to put you to bed. I know I'm talking about my sleep, and then I mentioned magnesium in the morning, which does tend to throw people off. But because the Bioptimizer's magnesium has all 7 elemental forms, it's unbelievable for cognition, for energy metabolization. It's amazing for endurance throughout the day. So I like to take one in the morning. Then I like to take one right now at about this time, about a half an hour before the kids get home off the bus. I take another one to help me kind of break up my day. So I've had my work day and then I switch back into mom mode. And this is a really beautiful routine. I either do it with a spritzer, I just poured a little bit of spring water, or I do it with a tea, but I've been drinking an abundance of tea, the new teas I just showed you. So I am gonna do it with a little bit of a refreshing spring water. I'm gonna slice up a lime here in a second and add that into here. But then I'm going to take one of the Bioptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. And what this does is it just kind of helps my body take like a deep sigh of relief. Like, that's the way I can explain it. It will not make you feel tired. It will not make you feel groggy. So I take one right about this time at like 2:30, between 2:15 and 2:45 in the afternoon. As I was mentioning earlier, I take 2 in the evening with my tea to get the most deep, unbelievable sleep that I've ever gotten in my entire life. I do measure my sleep with my Oura ring, and it is so important to me to get deep, restful sleep so that I can show up every day as my best self, whether that's nurturing or productive or calm and peaceful, whatever capacity I want to show up as the next day. Sleep is paramount to that. And so it is so important. And in these dark months, I know that the days can kind of blend together, but I find that having these little rituals and routines, like right now, my body just knows it's 2:17 in the afternoon. I was like, oh yeah, I just finished cleaning up from lunch. I just reset my office a little bit, processed a few Amazon returns, and I can feel my body be like, oh yeah, it's time for our magnesium. And so having these little anchor points throughout your day, like the magnesium with your morning supplements, the midday supplements, that evening unwind. One, it gives you something to look forward to. And we know the value of romanticizing your life, but there is something that is absolutely to that. When you can celebrate the things that you're doing that feel mundane, it makes you excited to do them. Right? Like, it is easy to get stuck in the monotony, but when you can look forward to things and you can make it feel special, like doing a lime spring water with my magnesium, to me, that's something that makes me feel settled before the kids get home, and it's a little ritual that I look forward to. So I will have my link and my discount code for you in the description box down below. And if you're somebody who has yet to try the Bioptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough, I would highly encourage you to do so. As mentioned, in the last 3.5 years, there has probably been 4 days that I have missed this product if we're traveling, if we run out. But this is something both my husband and I take every single day without fail because it has made a dramatic difference in our life. So I will have my link and my discount code for you in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment. YUM. So when you're seeing this video the next day, yes, the day after I publish this video, we are releasing 6 new spritzer recipes inside Living Well to celebrate dry January. So I don't participate in dry January, but I typically don't tend to drink during the week most nights. Like, it's on a very rare occasion that I have a drink during the week. On a Saturday night, I don't mind like having a glass of red wine, but I'm not somebody who will have like 3 glasses unless I'm like out to dinner with girlfriends. But I don't participate in dry January. But what I will say is that, except for the last 2 weeks during Christmas where I've said this a few times today, I think I had champagne like almost every single day over Christmas break. But other than that, throughout the year, like, I typically don't have many drinks or cocktails during the week or glasses of wine because I'm a spritzer girly. And if you're in Living Well, then you know we have dozens and dozens and dozens of recipes of spritzers that are so beautiful, and they have so many incredible added nutrients. So as I mentioned to you girls earlier, I'm doing everything I proactively can. I can already feel myself feeling significantly better as the day has progressed, which is an excellent sign versus it progressively getting worse. But I'm just adding in, because I was like starting to feel that congestion, I'm adding in potassium to help boost my minerals, to help with the tissue throughout my body, to really help flush everything out. I'm adding in these C minerals. Then of course I'm adding in silica, which is an always on must for me in my spritzers. And we're enjoying it with that beautiful grapefruit juice, the capsaicin from the jalapeno peppers, the vitamin C and the fresh grapefruits that we muddled up. There's so many vitamins and minerals in these spritzers, and so I don't ever feel like I'm missing out on anything when I'm having a spritzer. This one is so delicious and so refreshing. So I will have the recipe linked for you in the description box down below. And if you're not a member of Living Well, you can join for 2 weeks free. You can take a peek at all of our dozens of spritzer recipes, feel super inspired. If you are participating in dry January, then that is definitely the place to be, girlfriend, because you will have endless inspiration inside Living Well for dry January and just for our reset and rebalance challenge that's currently happening inside Living Well. So you will find a ton of inspiration in there. But I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this spritzer, and then I think we're going to be having leftovers for dinner, which is honestly something I'm so grateful for. I was able to give myself this first day back. The kids are tired. Ronan is upstairs with friends. Sawyer's over here. They are unwinding. Everybody's home from school. As I was cleaning out the lunch boxes, we're doing leftovers. It is 5 o'clock right now. We're probably gonna get in the shower, take baths really early, get to bed by like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And so having leftovers, having that soup in the freezer that I could pop out for lunch already today, those little shortcuts make my days when I'm resetting feel so much better, where I don't feel like I'm overextending myself, because I knew it was going to be a work heavy day. I didn't have to worry about it being a kitchen heavy day. So I love that balance, and I love being able to have these things that I can fall back on and have prepared at all times. So I want to thank you girls so much for watching today's video. And if you like today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.